This day in Super Bowl history or sports history, we have January 15th, 1970 is Super Bowl 12. The Cowboys versus the Broncos. The Cowboys were favored by 6, and they had the Doomsday defense. And the Broncos had the Orange Crush defense. One of the coolest uniforms in NFL history are the Broncos Orange Crush jerseys. Now, the Broncos only had one Hall of Famer in this whole game, Randy Gradishar, who eventually, of course, made it to the Hall of Fame. The Cowboys had a few: Staubach, Dorsett, Drew Pearson, and then you had Randy White on defense and Cliff Harris as well. This was this was the first Super Bowl where a defensive player won. Well, first time where a defensive tackle won Super Bowl MVP. And we had two MVPs for the Dallas Cowboys. Um, Randy White and Harvey Martin. I do. Let me know if that's wrong, but this game was never close. It really wasn't. The Broncos combined for a total of 4 of 8 completions for like 63 yards. Craig Morton of the Broncos threw 4 interceptions, and then they still had 8 turnovers in this game. The fact that it was only 27-10 just shows how fucking crazy this game was. I mean, Randy White was fantastic. The Cowboys were all over the field. I mean, the Broncos, while they had a really great season, just couldn't stand up to the Cowboys' great defense, one of the best forgotten defenses of the 70s. Now, remember when the Cowboys won Super Bowls? Yeah, it was during this period and during the late 90s. Wouldn't the Cowboys wish they could go back to this, but the Cowboys were great, and the Broncos just, it was one of many Super Bowl failures for the Broncos. I think this was their first Super Bowl appearance for the Broncos, and they would go on to lose several more before, of course, Elway won 2 back-to-back in the late 90s. But the Cowboys were the better team, showed it in every facet of the game, offense, defense. The game was never close, and it's amazing in this day and age that a quarterback or quarterbacks for the Broncos could only combine for 8 completions for 63 yards. It shows how absolutely dominant the Cowboys defense was. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, have a great day, and as always, God bless.